Hello, and welcome back to SoulHubFeels. And I used to work at a store called Hy-Vee. Some of you may know what it is. Some of you maybe don't know what it is. It's a grocery store, is all it is. I used to work on the night crew, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience there. At the one I worked at in particular, anyways. Safety was definitely not a not a key thing, but they would basically like lift each other up on the walkie stacker. You just walk onto it and they'd lift you up. So like if you were to fall off that, and possibly you could kill yourself if you landed wrong, but they did it anyways. Overall, it really wasn't a bad job. It was pretty easy. Just stocking shelves and facing items. It really was easy. That's all you did ever for nights was stock, freight, and face items. You never did anything else. I guess I got a little bit of a privilege in working the register, so I kind of had a little bit of a perk where for like an hour I didn't have to do anything but stand on register, which is, like I said, super easy. And Hy-Vee had a lot of good benefits with getting breakfast in the morning and stuff, which was really nice, and felt like they do have like a general employee care system. So I do that. There are positives. I think my store was just I think it was just my store in particular had the negative of safety. We also had a big negative of gossip when it came around to overnight. It was terribly bad. It was like middle school to high school girls, like that bad, and it was all men that worked there on overnights. But I don't know why they just gossiped so much, and then like there's this instance with I'll say a friend of mine. Well, I'll say it that way, but we're not. Essentially, my roommate, Jeremy, he does the podcast with me. He has long hair. And the guy I used to work with there at Hy-Vee used to make fun of him for having the long hair. He used to be a roommate before I was a roommate. But he moved out and I moved in, and because I got along with him better for very many reasons. This employee that worked there, he would make fun of my roommate for having long hair. He used to do this. And then he grew his hair out long. And there was one night I gave him a little bit of crap about having long hair. Not too much, but I messed with him. And it wasn't in like a shameful way. It was basically talking about his mane, his hair. It's his mane. But he kind of took it as I was calling him feminine for having a long hair or something. I don't know. And he turned me in to HR over that. And he's a baby. It's simple. He's always been that way. Big time keyboard warrior. That's the only time he'll man up and say anything. So he's probably the main majority of what goes around on the night crew when it comes around to gossiping. And then the actual manager on overnights, he gossips up the butt too and thinks he's right about everything. The most narcissistic person I've ever seen in my life. And that says a lot. He was something else too. Definitely tried to make people feel stupid, and that he was top shelf, even though I don't know. He tried to make it sound top shelf, like he was top shelf. I guess, was speaking as if he was a billionaire when he's not even a millionaire. You know what I mean? When he don't even make 6 digits a year. So, I mean, neither do I. Don't get me wrong, but you see my reference there, right? It's just ridiculous that a person in charge can act that way, essentially. But there was no one to tell him he couldn't act that way, because no one was above him and would say anything to him, because no one was there on overnights to tell him any different. He was the top on overnights. We had a big argument. They had a big argument before I left, and then they were all bickering, arguing back and forth, and I, at the time, I had a girlfriend, and an ex-girlfriend started working there, and I kind of had the current girlfriend wanted me to quit because the other girlfriend was working there, and I just was like, fine, whatever, I'll quit, because we were about to move anyways. And that's when I jumped into DoorDash and got like that $1,000 in a week I talked about in the DoorDash video. Made $1,000 in a week on DoorDash, and then moved. Actually, no, that was Taco Bell I left. That was Taco Bell. So I don't know. I do remember DoorDashing. The DoorDashing is what I went to, but I've DoorDashed since 2019, so it's hard to remember. I've DoorDashed a lot in my days. But that is really all there is to know about Hy-Vee. They do relatively seem like a good company with good company morals, but I think I just got stuck in a bad store, is all it was. Not anybody's fault, per se. So if you guys did like the video, leave a like down below, comment saying why, and subscribe for more juicy content, and join SoulHubFeels.